Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Career Happy Hour. We are so grateful that you are here joining our community and listening to our amazing guest co-hosts that we have every week. We will listen to a little bit of happy hour music as we give everyone a little bit of time to get the alert and pop in. As you pop in, you know the routine. Let us know your name, where are you tuning in from, and what are you sipping on for happy hour. We will get started here in just a few moments. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Career Happy Hour. You know how we like to jam up in happy hour. So grateful for you all joining us. I'm going to turn down the music now. Get my, woosah. How many of us need to woosah for this Wednesday hump day? Oh my goodness. We have half the week behind us and half the week to go, and it's almost the weekend. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Career Happy Hour. Let's see who we have that have chimed in, letting us know their name, where they're tuning in from, and what are they sipping on. And remember to drop in your name in the comments. I know that sounds redundant for some platforms because it has your name, but on this platform, I'm not always able to see your name. But LaShawn, my BB, my business bestie, hello, girlfriend. We also have LaShawn says that she's tuning in from Kansas City, sipping on some H2O. I love me some H2O. All right, Nigeria checking in from Pensacola, sipping on some Mango Rita. You love you some Mango Rita, don't you, Nigeria? Oh, I got to get me some of that. I've got to. All right, let's see. Who else do we have tuning in? I see that Ray, the amazing networking Ray, has popped in. So grateful to have you come. I'm going to be recruiting you next, my friend. We also have my friend PJ all the way from Orlando, sipping on some sweet strawberry lemonade. I love it. And my sister-in-law, Kim, she's drinking on some water in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, by way of Pensacola. You got to make sure you put that by way in there. Okay. All right. I don't think I put that on the screen. All right. You guys are so amazing for your support. Every week you're chiming in and tuning in and getting these nuggets of inspiration and motivation because we all need it, right? We all have things that take us on these twists and turns in life. And we need this community to be able to be there for each other, to lift us up, lean in on each other, giving nuggets of advice and just different perspectives, different ways to think about things. So really grateful for all of you who are here, and hopefully you'll continue commenting along the way throughout the show tonight, because we like to be interactive. We like to include you as if you're right here in the room with us, because that's what makes it fun, and that's what makes us feel like we're in this together. And I know that's a little cliche right now, but it's really true, near and dear to my heart, that we're here for each other. So for those of you who do not know me, I am Lashina Recruitalina, your six-figure career brand coach. I am absolutely obsessed with your success. And that's part of the reason why Career Happy Hour was birthed, because I really want to see people be successful in their careers. And your career is not just being a career corporate professional. Maybe you have your 9 to 5, or perhaps you are an entrepreneur, or it could be that you're doing a little bit of both. But all of that is what makes up your career. And because I love happy hour, then that's how Career Happy Hour came about. And we are going to be giving you all kinds of cheer to put in your career. Because if you love what you do, you'll do it without getting paid. But hey, we need to get paid. So that's why we're here to also normalize earning 6 figures. And as you remember, 6 figures is not just $100,000. Oh, no. 6 figures goes all the way up to $999,999. That's one digit shy of $1 million. And that's what we are normalizing around here in Career Happy Hour. So we are going to go ahead and get this show on the road, and we have an amazing guest co-host. And I know I say that every week, but I mean it every week because I just keep recruiting the best of the best to come and share their career story with you, in hopes that you find a little bit of yourself in their career story to say, you know what, if they did it, I can do it too. And we are going to make sure that you can do it too. So let me pull up. We were having a few technical difficulties in the beginning here, but technology doesn't always want us to be great. But tonight I am bringing to the virtual stage, let me read a little bit of her bio before I bring her out, Khalia S. Parker Prayer, which is KP2 Squared, is an author, educator, and playwright. She believes in the power of the arts to mesmerize, challenge, and improve the world. She writes plays to provide a mirror into problem solving and communication ideals. With over 10 years of theater experience, she uses her knowledge to teach storytellers how to turn their stories into stage plays. Khalia's mission is to help authors produce plays that inspire creativity and encourage people to be model citizens and ambitious artists. She has impacted the lives of 5,000 people through theater, storytelling, and playwriting. And tonight, Khalia is here to impact you too. Please welcome to the virtual stage such an amazing spirit and amazing energy of Khalia S. Parker Prayer. And you're pointing to your ear. Please tell me you can hear me. No, you cannot hear me. See, I told you we were having technical difficulties. Say that again. Were you able to hear me earlier? All right, I'm gonna need some help from the audience. Can you hear me out there in virtual land? Or I'm trying to troubleshoot, is the technical difficulties on my end or the other end? I can hear a little bit of you, Khalia. Nope, you can't hear me at all though. All right. We can hear you. Okay. Okay, that's good. So we figured that part out. Oh, I can hear you, Khalia. Okay, but you
Yes,
can
you can
hear
hear
me.
me, but I can't hear you. Can they hear you?
They say they can hear me. We can hear you.
Oh,
Recruiter
let me
Lita.
see.
Okay, let's see. Look, we gonna figure this out. We're gonna troubleshoot this. I can hear you. They can hear me, but you can't hear me. Okay, so you know those. Uh-oh, she dropped out. I can hear both now. Thank you, LaShawn. I think she's gonna pop out, and let's see if we can bring her back to the studio. So give her just a minute, because this is exactly the technical issues that we were having before, but we thought that we had it solved. But we gonna work it out. So just stay tuned, and we gonna see how we can do some troubleshooting, because that's how life works, right? You got to troubleshoot. How many of you have been troubleshooting some things in your career this week? I know that I have. I have been troubleshooting, and sometimes you got to figure out what's working and what's not working so that you can then get to the problem at hand and to solve for it. So let's see. Yes, LaShawn, you hear me? I'm preaching to the choir because I know we have all had some of that going on. Let's see. Let me see. All right. Give me just a second. All right. All right. We're gonna try that. We said all day. I have the platform up here so we can see. So I as we were waiting on Khalia, I was reaching out to a few of you as we were getting started here to give you a reminder about Career Happy Hour starting. And we have same day, same time every week so that we can have some consistency, so that you can tune in with us. And we are continuing to grow this community. And we really appreciate everyone who is telling someone else. And I sent out a few messages and I said, hey, if each of you can invite at least 5 people. Now, I know everybody who is in Career Happy Hour knows at least 5 people who needs a little bit of inspiration, who needs a little bit of motivation. And they're really ambitious people, and that sometimes they feel like they just have the world on their shoulders. A lot of us are mompreneurs. We are we're juggling multiple spinning plates, as they say. And so I want us to have those types of individuals who are there, that we can, like I say, put our arms around each other so that we know that we are not in this alone. And then also to be able to have, the private Facebook group is just an amazing way of being able to stay in contact with people. And I know if you're anything like me, you're getting alerts and alerts and alerts. But it's also an alert to say, ooh, what's this motivational nugget I'm going to get now? Like, what is that about? What is it that I'm going to get to inspire me and to fire me up? And maybe put some fire under your feet, because that happens where we are sometimes dragging our feet a little bit more than we need to, or that we should be. So it's really about making sure that we can put some fire under our feet. And that's where accountability comes in to play, right? Because sometimes we feel as if, I need to do this. I have priorities that are just all over the board. But then if someone can help you stay accountable, then that's where you can really take yourself to the next level, and to be able to get outside of your own way, if you know what I'm talking about. So I know one of our loyal viewers, I'm going to just shout her out, LaShawn. And you've heard me talk about her being my BB, one of my BB, my business besties. So she has been on a journey this month of June where she is going live every day. And when you think about doing something and forming a habit, they say it takes 20 days. There's varying lengths of days, but usually around 20 days to form a habit. And it is about that consistency with that habit. But man, LaShawn, you are rocking it, girl. I am so, so proud of you because I know I'm an early bird, but there's another level of early bird where you are every morning you're doing your motivational morning, and I may have the name wrong, but please drop in the comments, please, the name of your group and how people can tune in, because you have some amazing messaging that I think a lot of people will find very valuable. Nigeria, she says, LaShawn has been doing amazing. She's up earlier than me, LOL. Yes. It looks like Khalia has come back to the stage. Let's see if we have figured out our technical difficulties, maybe.
Yes, I can hear you. You can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Whew. The happy hour making me nervous.
Technology, it does not want us to be great sometimes, but that's okay. It's okay. So you know what? I'm gonna do a redo. I'm gonna push the reset button. I'm gonna take you back out. I'm gonna reintroduce you and bring you back, girlfriend. Okay, hold on one second.
I'm gonna add surprise.
Huh?
I'm gonna add surprise while you read.
All right, everyone, here at Career Happy Hour, we are bringing to the stage just a beautiful spirit, a beautiful energy. And let me just do a little bit of intro. And I know for those that have already tuned in, you've heard this intro, but just pretend like you haven't heard the intro. So I would like to welcome to the virtual stage Khalia S. Parker Prayer, who also goes by KP2 Squared. She's an author, an educator, a playwright. She believes in the power of the arts to mesmerize, challenge, and improve the world. She writes plays to provide a mirror into problem solving and communication ideals. See, problem solving, you heard that. With over 10 years of theater experience, she uses her knowledge to teach storytellers how to turn their stories into stage plays. Khalia's mission is to help authors produce plays that inspire creativity and encourage people to be model citizens and ambitious artists. She has impacted the lives of 5,000 plus people through theater, storytelling, and playwriting. And tonight, she is here to impact you too. Let's welcome to the stage Khalia S. Parker Prayer, the KP2, the Power. Hello, Khalia.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you for all of your diligence in working through those technical issues. And hopefully everyone has audio that's clear, and I have such an amazing audience. So if there's anything related to the audio, please let us know. And I am going to close out this other screen over here. So Khalia, I just read that amazing bio about you, and we're so grateful that you are here. All of these accolades, my friend, all of these accolades. One of the things that I talk to our guest co-hosts about is all of the things that I read in the bio. Is that what you thought that you would do when you were a little girl? When they asked you, what are you going to be when you grow
up? Short answer is maybe. And as you were reading the bio, it's funny because the first thing I thought of, I was like, oh, I didn't say I was the mother of twin boys. And that's the most important thing to me. So definitely when I was young, I didn't think that I would be a mommy of twins, even though I secretly wanted to be a twin. Little known fact. But yes, I definitely knew that I wanted to act. I actually thought that I would be a defense attorney and acting inside of the courtroom. But I had the pleasure and the honor of taking theater in high school. I joined theater in the 10th grade, and I've been acting ever since, writing ever since, been in theater forever.
Oh my goodness. An attorney.
Yes.
Where did that come from with the attorney? Were you able to argue really well? Is that why?
Well, long story, but my dad was actually incarcerated since I was 4. And we'll talk about that a little more. But I spent a lot of time in the courtroom. Oh. Somebody said, does Khalia have a couple devices on? Can y'all hear me clearly? Or am I echoing?
I think that might have been it. I just closed out some of my windows and I put my phone on airplane mode. But yes, if you have any devices that are close by, sometimes it picks up that feed. So if maybe you have a cell phone that you could put over or.
Yes, I'm an Apple girl, so I got all kind of devices in this room.
Yes, so that it sounds like that's definitely a driving force. If you spend a lot of time
in the courthouse, I spent a lot of time in the courthouse, and then my mom became a court reporter, and that was a little weird. She was a court reporter while my dad was incarcerated, and I was very, very close with this judge in South Florida. I saw a lot of Florida in the building. That's where I'm originally from. So I always wanted to be an attorney. And he told me, if you become an attorney, you have to remain an attorney for 5 years, and then you could become a judge. And I wanted to be in charge. I wanted to be the person with the gavel. So why not?
All right. I love it. I love it. Okay, now she's saying that I'm echoing. I tell you the truth.
The devil is busy.
And I call myself taking away all of my all right, well maybe could you, LaShawn, was I echoing earlier? I don't know. All right, well we just gonna let you do all the talking, Khalia, so I don't have to talk.
I'll repeat the question like we do in film.
Right. So that's such an interesting story about where you started and why you started it in the courtroom, and we are going to talk about that a little bit more about your father and this echo. I am hearing it, and it just started. Not too bad now. It is weird, right, LaShawn, that it was echoing and now it's not echoing. And this is the same activity. This is the same setup as every week and this time. Okay, so let me take myself out for a really quick second. I'm going to try something different. So hang tight for me. But in the meantime, if you can talk a little bit about your playwriting experience. Like, where did that blossom from?
Well, I was a young girl inside of a church, and I became a teenager. And you know how teenagers are. It's kind of hard, difficult to get teenagers to participate in things that they are not interested in. So we had an upcoming play, and it was a Easter play, and the lady put me inside of the play, and I did not want to be inside of the play. That lady name is Carol Solomon, in case she's listening in Florida. And she challenged me to write my own play. And I took her up for the challenge, like any teenager would do. And I told her that I would write a play. So by Mother's Day, I had a full-length play written to submit to her. And I kind of produced it using my friends from the church. So that's how that whole playwriting thing got started. Then I had the pleasure of participating in AXO, It's an organization through the NAACP, and it's the last letter, the O, is for Olympics. So we did this Olympics, and I won first place in the Fort Lauderdale district and was able to get on the plane for the very, very first time. I've been hooked ever since. So that's where the playwriting has come from.
So all from a challenge is what you're telling me.
All from a challenge. And I think that's that Capricorn stuff in me, where you challenge me, I'm going to make it happen.
I could tell the ambitious part of you has come out. But did you have any type of background in even nothing?
Nothing at all. Just and even after that, our drama teacher, he had us make monologues. So we wrote our own monologues and we performed the monologues for a Black History piece. But even then, no formal training in playwriting. It just happened. So that's how you know it's the purpose, because
yes,
I've been doing it ever since. And each year I get better and better, I think.
Oh my gosh. LaShawn says Capricorns don't play. They go hard.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's such a great point, though. There's sometimes that we don't know the gifts that we have inside of us until someone challenges us, and we see that we really have a gift.
That will preach everything that I've done throughout my life. I know I was listening to someone say that they are challenged by different events, but my challenges have pushed me beyond my abilities each time. With the whole entrepreneur thing, the whole step out and be a teacher thing, because I was working in a different capacity. I was actually a security guard at the airport.
What?
Because I went to school for education, but was scared to teach. And I was okay with it. But I just stepped out on faith, subbed a little bit, and went straight into teaching.
That's so ironic, because our guest co-host from last week started out as a security guard.
Hey, TSA.
That is so cool.
I could do a pat down, the baggage check, everything.
You are one of those mean ones, were you?
Sometimes.
I just don't understand. Why are they so mean?
It's a TV show. Like, if you want inspiration, if you want to be the best playwright ever, go work at the airport, because you see different characters all the time. The airport classroom, same thing. Same thing.
Oh my gosh. Wow. LaShawn says, so glad you're doing what you're passionate about now. That's so
Thank you.
That is so cool. And I want to talk to you a little bit about what you're doing now. But before we do, this is Career Happy Hour, so we have to talk about what we're sipping on. So, in amongst all the technical difficulties, did you find your drink?
Yes, I have a drink.
Yes.
I'm not at home, so I had to borrow my sister's wine glass. But I do have a drink. Awesome. I drink Roscato.
Ooh.
I am not a big drinker. So, you know how they say they drink socially? I drink anti-socially. Y'all may say it's sweet, but I love it.
Well, cheers, my dear. And as we say at Career Happy Hour, cheers to your careers.
Yes, cheers.
And I say careers because careers can be plural, and it sounds like you are definitely living the multiple streams of income. So break it down, because when I put a post in the group, I talked about us continuing celebrating fathers. And I didn't even think about the timing of this. I'm so glad that we were able to work this out, because a lot of times our fathers feel as if they don't get the same appreciation and recognition as our mothers do on Mother's Day. So I want to keep celebrating fathers, because we have some amazing fathers out there. And I know we're going to talk a little bit later about what you're doing in the playwriting space. But what about this book and the jacket that you have on, Daddy's little girl, your shirt? It was just, oh my gosh, so heart touching.
Yes, because I am always daddy's girl in my eyes, and I agree with the fathers. I'm writing a letter to Publix because Publix, my favorite place in the world besides Tarjay, only had one aisle of Father's Day cards, and we have to do better. It's time to heal Publix. It's time to heal America. It's time to heal people. And yes, so I do have a book of interest. I have 2 books, but this is the book of interest for today. It's called Love Beyond the Bars. And I created this book for children of inmates, to inspire children of inmates particularly, but it is also for anyone else because the bars is a metaphor. So I wanted to create a character that looked like me, but she had a smile that was turned upside down because all of the other books in that category, when it came to children of inmates, had a sad fate. And I believe in taking lemons and making lemonade. So our life isn't over because our loved one is incarcerated. Matter of fact, we have to find new ways to love and new ways to get beyond the barriers. So it is relevant to children of inmates, but it's also relevant to any child who has to love beyond a barrier, whether that's divorce, army, parent goes to the army. Either one can relate to this book, Love Beyond the Bars.
Oh my gosh, that is so heart touching. All of the symbolism in that, and then being able to love beyond barriers. That is just so amazing. So what inspired you to write this book? It sounds like it was definitely inspired by your own story.
Right. And people forget us. And I think the biggest thing, because even when I put this book out, I'm an educator, went to college and all of that. And I'm well into my career. But people forget that other people no one has the same exact story as you. And I put the book, well, it was actually another book. Another book was up for discussion. It was Visiting Day by Jacqueline Woodson, one of my favorite authors. Someone posted her book inside of this Facebook group. Not going to say the name of the Facebook group, but it was a group of educators. And the educators went in on the book. And when I say went in, they started boasting and putting so many negative things. I don't want my child to read that. Get that crap out of the classroom. We don't want to discuss it. And me, with my parent that is incarcerated and been there since 4, my heart just broke for people like me and other children who have that story. It is nothing that we did wrong. Matter of fact, I addressed it inside of the book. Our loved one, yes, people make mistakes. They made a mistake. And it is clear that they possibly, because we don't even know for sure most of the time, broke the law. But you have to be careful what you say and what you put into the atmosphere of our young babies. Everybody wants to be represented. And that's why I purposely choose books and choose plays that people can see themselves on the stage or in the book. You don't want to leave anyone out.
That is so amazing. Wow. And you're right. I'm sure there's a lot of stigma that goes with whenever you hear someone is locked up or incarcerated. There's that, our bias sometimes kicks in and judgment kicks in. But we know there's plenty of stories about people being falsely accused and being released so many years later and decades later. And so, there's grace that we need to give, not only for someone in that situation, but the family members as well. And it sounds like this book also can help children with a lot of different situations, as you mentioned, with the different barriers.
Right.
Where can anyone who is interested in purchasing the book find it?
Okay, you could go to Amazon. The book is on Amazon, or you could go to www.kp, the number 2, writes.com.
Awesome. I'm definitely going to be getting a copy of that, or a couple of copies for my boy. So I appreciate that, because I think, we need to not only support each other, but also find ways to talk with our children at the level that they're at. So I love, love, love that. And
Right.
so the book writing is one side of things. Your storytelling is another side that just really, it flows so nicely into playwriting. And I know you talked a little bit about how you started with playwriting, but you've gone from writing yourself to coaching others. What made you decide to do that?
Well, I kind of was pushed into that as well. So, okay, so I've been a drama teacher for over 8 years. Next year will be my 9th year. And I was comfortable with taking scripts, looking for scripts that related to my students and putting it on the stage. However, there was a lot of scripts that could not fit into that category. When I say could not fit into that category, I mean in the school context. With school, we have a curriculum. And the curriculum, it's a lot going on in society, so I'm not going to start a debate. But there's a lot that is taken out of the school curriculum that we just don't discuss and we don't talk about it. So for the last 6 years, I've been running a nonprofit organization called KP2 Theater, where we put on shows that go beyond the curriculum. I combine my shows with shows of other people of color, and I've been presenting shows for the stage. So my supervisor kind of came to me, admin came to me, and he said, hey, why don't you teach the students how to write a play? What? Do you know how long that'll take? So basically, I went to training, and they taught me from start to finish how to teach students how to write a play, because it is a difference. Everybody that writes can't teach, and that's with anything. It's a lot of people that can't actually teach their career. They know how to do it, but they can't teach you how to do it. And that's where I landed. So I decided that, hey, I'm doing pretty well with teaching these students, and I know how to do it myself. Why not teach adults? And it has been rewarding. So we have different type of plays, and most of the plays that the adults write, we are able to use them and produce them on a live stage. So even if it's not in my classroom, because it goes beyond the curriculum, we could still produce it in the community, because the community needs our work.
Yes, yes, yes. It is, because, sometimes in our community, our Black community, that plays are sometimes, it's diminished. It's not as popular.
And then and it's hard to find a play for educational theater. I think that's what people forget. Like, yes, we want a play that goes all out. Shout out to August Wilson. He is one of my favorite playwrights, but it is only about 3 of his plays that we could actually do inside of a public high school. Oh. And all of the public high schools. Like my school that I currently work at is pretty diverse, but it's only about 3.5 plays that you could actually do the whole play inside of a high school. Yes, we like our jargon. We like our language. We like, we don't like using the N-word, but some of our plays, if you're doing history, contains the N-word in it a lot. And people don't want that in school. So it's hard to find a balance. So I'm here to be that balance and try to push us and encourage us to, I'm not saying water down your history, not saying water down your play, but make it appropriate for both settings.
Yeah,
or
that,
setting.
yeah, that takes it takes a little bit of extra care and extra work too to make sure that it's balanced and still make sure that it's authentic and that it's, still, because you talk about it being culturally, I'm trying to remember the
culturally relevant. It
yes.
has to be culturally relevant, and that's what I encourage everybody to. If you want to work with me, don't just work with me because we are both African Americans. Anything that I do is culturally relevant, and the word culture means your way of life. So whatever your way of life is, that's what I want you to write about. The biggest taboo that you have with me is the stereotypes. I can't write a play about Asians in anywhere because I've never been an Asian.
Mm-hmm.
Write your story.
Mm-hmm. And what does that look like for maybe some in the audience who are trying to figure out, should I, because I'm a back up a little bit, because everybody that I have ever talked to in this world says, "Ooh, if only I could tell my story, it would be a bestseller." And so when people talk about a playwright, how do they even know that that's something that they should even think about, or that, is there anything that you can maybe give advice to those who might be thinking, does that apply to me?
Well, if you want to tell, it's funny because everyone says that maybe I should write a play because I want to tell my story. With my stance on it, my program, the first thing I tell you is you can't just tell your story. Nobody wants to hear your story, no matter how much drama is in it. Like I could sit here and talk to you about being a child of an inmate, but not for an hour and a half. Okay, I want to know how your story applies to me. Theater is a mirror of life, so I want to see myself in you, and I want to see how you solve a certain problem. I want you to teach me about a certain thing and tell me how that thing relates to me in that audience.
Okay.
I don't care about seeing you. I want to see your character and how they overcome the obstacle.
Yes. Wow. And so do you have people that come to you to help them write their play that are from a specific background, or is it a certain interest, or like
it just has to be culturally relevant. You have to tell your story, your livelihood, how you grew up. I don't want you see the problem is people tell other people's stories and we get in trouble. And that's why we have stereotypical plays later on down the line. So if you tell your story, how you saw it, and give us a character that overcomes obstacles, working hard to get what they really want, then I could take it as an audience member and apply it to my life. That's where we want to see.
Do they need to enjoy writing?
No.
No.
You said, do they need to enjoy writing?
Yes.
Oh, enjoy it. Okay. I thought you was asking, do they need to take a writing course and everything like that? Yes.
That's a good question too. Yeah.
Yes. You should enjoy writing. Ideas come from everywhere.
Yeah.
I am very, very pro writing your journal every day and take those ideas and use them. I am good. Like I said, I work in a career. I'm a teacher, but I'm good for jumping in my car and going to brunch. I'm good for going on a vacation so I can get ideas because I genuinely love to write. And if you can find a theme and you could come up with the beginning, middle, and end, then you shouldn't have a problem with pushing through my program. I'm here to coach. I'm here with you all the way. So Long as you have an idea and you like to write, you enjoy writing, we could get you through.
Awesome. Okay.
Authors are my favorite.
Say, what's your favorite?
Authors. I love authors.
Oh, yes. So that's the foundation. And I think you made a really great point that writing on a daily basis, I call it reflecting or journaling. I think all of us should do. Even if you're not a writer, that's something that you should still do, even in your career, that you're reflecting on.
It becomes history. One day, we're going to look back like this whole pandemic. I can imagine how many plays come out about this pandemic.
Oh, that's a great point. There will be a lot.
Oh, yeah. And I can't wait to see them.
Anything that you're working on that's interesting, or do you even have time to work on anything for yourself?
Well, right now, I'm actually directing a play in Atlanta. So that's the benefits of me not staying focused. But yes, I'm actually directing the play. I'm a theater fanatic. I could tell you backstage, everything in, everything on stage. But right now, I am writing a play for a loved one who works hand to hand with people in Africa. And I don't want to give it away because I don't want people to see her story. But long story short, we have to do research and we're going to have to travel to Africa. So we won't mess up the story using stereotypes. Yes. So that's what we're working on now. Without giving you too much information about her actual storyline and the plot. That's what I'm working on now. And it's going to be a full-length play. And we're going to present it in Africa, in here. And we are going to use 2 different casts. So we're going to use a cast here in America and a cast here in Africa. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, wow. That's exciting. And then how long would you expect that journey to take? I'm sure it depends on a lot of different things, but
You mean the journey of researching or the journey of writing the play?
Writing the play.
Okay, so my program is 12 weeks. So yes, you can write a play in 12 weeks. Wow. I write a play in 6 weeks. So definitely, it doesn't take long to write a play. It doesn't take a lot of time. I tell everyone that I work with to start with the theme. That theme will push you. If you want to write a play about mental health, because of your passion about mental health and how it affects our community, you're going to keep writing, and you're going to enjoy it because you feel like you're doing a service to the community. Mm-hmm. So, but as far as researching, we have just been able to travel. Like I said, I want to go to Africa. We are supposed to leave in October. So, yes, I'm excited.
Oh, that is awesome. And then on the other side of that 12-week program, I love what you said about having that thing that drives you, because that thing is usually your why. And those 3 letters are so powerful if we always remember, why are we doing something? So when things get tough and we're like, oh, why am I doing this? I just don't know. You do need to figure out what is your why, because that will continue to push you and to propel you forward. When you agree?
I have never written a work without the why. If I'm not interested, I am not even going to take on that project if it wasn't a why specifically for me. And that's on stage, that's backstage, never happened.
Mm-hmm. It is so powerful because it's almost like that is the foundation. And if you have rocky foundation or rocky why on why you're doing something, then usually it'll kind of fall apart, really. Like it won't go anywhere.
Right.
And so then on the other side of writing the play, you've talked a lot about the casting piece of it and double casting. So, what do they have to look forward to on the other side of even writing the play?
Okay, so with my program, I teach you how to write the play, but I also give you pointers about producing the play. People think that writing a play is a hobby, and even though I love playwriting, I had to look at it like we're looking at it now as a career, because it's a business and you have to pour into your business. So you don't, and I believe, and this is my stance, every play that I write, I publish it after I produce it. So I'm the first producer, and I put it on a stage, and I let all of these people come, at least 150 people come to see my show from beginning, middle, and end. Those people offer suggestions. I have the audience giving me suggestions on what worked and sometimes even what did not work. You have actors that shows or tells me what worked for them. So it's a business, and you have to produce your play. In my stance, I believe, like I said, some people just write the play and put it out there. I believe that it's important to produce the play for yourself, even if it's not on a stage and it's just a reading. I am very, very passionate about you putting your work on the stage and getting critiques from your audience and from your actors. That way, other people will see the show and ask you to come, ask you for the rights for your play. And it's a gift that keeps on giving. And that's how you ultimately get paid.
Oh, look at that. We getting all the nuggets. That's what I'm talking about. You see, she will make sure she takes care of you from the beginning to the middle to the end, just like her playwriting. I love it.
I can't wait to walk in your show.
This is awesome. And the one thing that I heard from that I think can translate into our career is that sometimes we don't look for constructive feedback or constructive criticism or know how to take things that are contrary to what we believe in we're doing right.
Right. Sometimes it is terrible. Like, you think it's bad in the corporate America, it's terrible in theater, because you're going to be that playwright. If you're not careful, you will be that playwright that want to choose the actor and want the actor to act just like you wrote the line. And you're upset because they didn't say it the way you intended for it to say. At that point, you're out of it. It's like you give your work to someone else and trust them with your baby, and you're going to have to let go. So take the feedback, correct the feedback, and let them do what they do, because your job is done.
Yeah, because it's like you said, it's like your baby that you're giving birth to, and sometimes we want to protect our baby, but it's about letting that baby also learn and to grow and to thrive, so that it's more than just your baby, it's everybody's baby.
Right, it's everybody's baby, and the only way you can protect it is via copyright. That's all.
Which I'm sure you talk about that one too.
Yes, that's the only way.
Well, Khalia, I know that we have had our technical difficulties in this show. It is getting close to the end of our hour. It's been so amazing to have you, even though technology did not want us to be great tonight. That's okay.
Yes.
You know what we do about that? We do huh?
I say, yeah, we'll do a conference later. No biggie.
No, we're gonna do a rerun. I was trying to think of a industry term, but we're gonna do a rerun. We're gonna do a second go at this, so that we can because you are continuing to do amazing things, and so I know you're gonna have some more great stuff to share with our audience. So we will definitely have you back. I know we covered, quite a bit, but is there anything that we did not cover that you want to definitely make sure that you share with the audience before we wrap up for the night?
Okay, I do want to make sure, clear it up with the audience. playwriting and screenwriting are two totally different babies, and I think a lot of us get it confused. So if you have the inkling to get something on a stage, you write a play. Now, TV, if you want to be on Netflix and you want to be in a movie, you want to write a movie, that's a different bird. And make sure when you pick your coach, they are clear on exactly what you're writing, because a lot of times I think we're a little confused on the difference. So stage play, screenplay, difference.
I love it. I love it. So if they want to do, okay, screenplay.
Okay, so sometimes we get a little confused because we all know Tyler Perry, right?
Yes.
He started as a playwright and he recorded the play on the stage. That is different from the movies that you see. Like, Why Did I Get Married was a stage play first. And he went on later and made it into a movie. Different.
Got it. Okay. So see, you need to break it down sometimes, and that gives us something we can relate to.
Right.
We all know that. And we have the ticker at the very bottom. So if you are interested in at least finding out about, if this could potentially be a fit for you, then please make sure that you go to www.writewithkp2.com, and you see it scrolling at the very bottom, and reach out to Khalia, and then also follow her on social media. We have her social media handle KP2. I think I have it down there too, right? KP2
Writes.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. I'm trying to make sure it comes back around. There you go. KP2 Writes. And on Instagram and Facebook, please make sure you go and follow her. Even if it's not something that you think is of interest to you, follow her, support her, engage with her. And you just never know when someone within your network might come up in a conversation, and you'll say, I have just the person you need to talk to.
Right.
All right, Khalia, we are so appreciative of you joining us tonight. I am going to definitely reconnect with you so we can make sure that we have some more amazing updates from you. So thankful for you joining us. Thank you. All right, guys, that is another episode of Career Happy Hour with the technical difficulties piece of it that is helping us to be great around here. We are appreciative for our community at Career Happy Hour, where we're all inspiring and motivating each other. We're a community of ambitious career professionals as well as entrepreneurs, or perhaps you're a hybrid. You're a little bit of both. And we're here to make sure that we are keeping you elevated and that you are continuing to grow in anything and everything that you dream of. And so we really appreciate that you are here with us. And again, I am absolutely obsessed with your success, and that's why I want to pour into you every single week and bring you these amazing guest co-hosts. If you or anyone you know is a career professional who has been laid off and is overwhelmed in their job search, please make sure that they connect with me, because I help them go from laid off to hired on and back to work doing what they love. So have them connect with me at IamReadyRecruitalina.com. All right, that is it for another episode of Career Happy Hour. I hope that you are staying recruitable, visible, and profitable, all while rocking your oomph. All right, make sure you tune in next week, same time, same day, same time. And here is cheers to your careers.